Hello, this is my presentation of our small vegetable garden that I plan to start. I live in a corridor on Kantorsgatan with 4 other people. At the moment, the only food system that we have is our nearby supermarket there, which, as we know, is not very sustainable and quite costly. But we can change this by starting a small vegetable garden, because there, as you can see on slide 1, there's a big unused open field outside our balcony, which is only maintained by our landlord. Very simple, just kept free from litter, and the grass is cut from time to time. Basically unused, especially in the summer when there's few people in the area. But as I said, we'd like to create this into our own minor food source and small food production. The first step would be to make some kind of agreement with the landlord, and to persuade him that this doesn't have to be very hard, and that it will be a long-term commitment, and that we don't leave a mess. We will take care of it, and that it will be successful. And to do this, we'll have to, of course, be persuasive that it doesn't have to be very hard. Have to show them some kind of plan, and that we are committed to do this and fulfill this, and don't let them down. And as I said, don't leave a mess that they have to take care of later on. And this is a downside of living in a corridor, since in a corridor many people move quickly. The residencies are quickly shifting, and which is hard to, in this way, it's hard to maintain a long-term commitment for people. But I guess my own long commitment will have to be the driving force. And hopefully the garden may be a reason for people to stay longer and wanting to stay here, even though it's a simple corridor. There's also some positive effects of this. If people come and go, also new people bring new ideas, new resources, new knowledge, which could be inspirational and very useful. So I wouldn't be only negative effects. Speaking of resources, I thought about the resources that are at hand that we can use, and of course, since the grass is cut and the leaves collected in the area, this creates a lot of organic waste, which we can use for mulching. And since it's only left on the ground, we can talk to the landlords and ask for us to collect it, and we can use it. It's very effective. There's also fertilizers in the area that we can collect easy, which are comfrey and nettle that grows wild close by. Could be drenched in water, and or even used in mulch, and the water will be spread on the plants, and put these plants in mulch, and it's very nutritious, and the soil will then be filled with nutrients. And on the balconies above us, it's a very popular resting place for doves, which leaves a lot of bird droppings, and up until now a very big mess. But if we use this mess and collect it and put it in the soil, it's perfect free fertilizers that's transported to us for free. which is great. When it comes to irrigation, of course there's rainwater, which is of course very useful. But since the garden and the balcony is very close to the kitchen, our kitchen, we are connected to the communal water system, which we can use to fill up pitchers and spread around where it's needed. It's when also in the kitchen we produce a lot of waste, organic waste. We are 5 people living and cooking there, which means that a lot of organic waste from our food could be used for compost and put directly into the soil to create more nutrition for the soil. The balcony in the garden to be, is facing the south, which gives us a lot of morning sun. It's very warm into early afternoon. It's very warm and early, yep. And also the heat from the building leaks into the garden, which creates the area around it a bit warmer, which could also come in handy. And this creates a microclimate on the balcony, where it's very early in the spring. It's very warm and very also frost-free. This means that we can extend the season and start the season early to start growing plants there, and even on the windowsill inside of our common room. Also, it's warm and frost-free all year round, so we can have small plants or start growing seedlings there, and all year round. So hopefully we will transform the garden into, if you look at slide 2, something like this: a few garden beds, a herb spiral. There are a few black currant and red currant bushes in place already, and there's a plum tree which gives us a lot of fruit in the fall. The garden beds, to keep it simple and comfortable, these could be, if God forbid this would fail, they can be dismantled and shipped away, so we don't leave the mess as promised. And but the negative effect of the garden beds is that we miss the edges that are so heavily valued in permaculture. There are no natural continuations into other areas from the garden beds. The edges are very sharp. But at this point, as I said, we should keep it simple and see how things goes at first, and then maybe we could extend this project if there are needs, resources, and wants for this. Also, speaking of permaculture, so there's the zones. The windowsill, I believe, would be zone 1. A lot of people move around in the common room. Very easy walk past there to the kitchen, grab a handful of salad or something that grows there for the dinner, or just step outside into zone 2, which is the balcony. Also very easy access to here, and these are the areas that needs the most work, since it's sheltered from rain, so we need to water it by our own. Also necessary, therefore it needs a bit more labor. But the garden beds would be zone 3. You have to step over the railing. Yeah, move over the balcony, but it will not be that hard if we install some kind of ladder or stair. It could be very simple as well. And then maybe zone 4 would be the bushes, which needs no work at all, just harvest. So hopefully this will be a fruitful project and work out fine and evolve into something, develop into something with a big yield eventually, and that we will learn and see how things go, and keep it simple and then make things happen. Thank you.